Hi, welcome back. My name is Susan Smadi, and I think you are great for being here and being part of my journey. So, this is the path of self mastery, and that's really what I want to talk about today. Probably a very short video. I just want to bring in tools that have helped me in my self mastery. One tool that I think is absolutely important and absolutely helpful is astrology. So, in the moment that we chose to come into this life, we designed our human template. We designed what lessons we wanted to learn this time around, what challenges we would be facing in order to overcome them, and those challenges that we overcome are actually our gifts. So Helen Keller was one who unfortunately lost her eyesight and her hearing, but it was that in itself that was her mastery, and that was her healing for herself and others. So even though she wasn't able to see with her eyesight and she wasn't able to hear with her hearing, her sense of hearing, her other senses were very much developed. From what I understand, your senses, when one is impaired, the others overcompensate because your body is an antenna, a giant psychic antenna. Okay. So it is through this hardship that Helen Keller was able to help heal herself, and therefore that was her medicine to bring into others. And through that awareness, that medicine helped many others and still is. So she wasn't able to see or hear physically, but she understood how to see from the heart and how to hear from the heart. She felt it. She felt energy. And that was her teaching for others, how to hear, how to truly listen, and how to really look at someone through your heart. No one is really evil. Innately, we are good because we are part of God. That means that there's no reason to judge others or judge ourselves. Instead, we should be mastering ourselves and helping others master themselves. And that is the medicine that I'm trying to bring to the public arena. One thing that I want to share about the astrology from my personal astrology chart is that my North Node is in Leo. It just happens to be in Leo, and it happens to be in my first house. My first house means that it is about independence. I must be someone who is not relying on others, who is going to stand up for what I believe in by myself if need be, and be that leader that can bring that into awareness for others to see. Be that seed. That is pretty much like what I'm here doing. And is it uncomfortable? Absolutely. Is this a little awkward? Sometimes very. But it is through this self-mastery that I am going to be able to overcome these things, like Helen Keller did with her eyesight and her hearing. I hope that is very clear. And I just want to show something very cool that I did late last night. And that is some tips for myself as a Leo North Node. And I'll just read them to you. So these are the key things that I have to work on in part of my path to self-master myself. Self-reliance is the biggest thing that I have to work on, right? So the first one is individuality. Take center stage. What is this if not center stage? Don't you think? Okay. Follow your heart's your true heart's desire as the candle burns out, okay? Strengthen willpower. Self-confidence, that's a big one. Take risks. Well, I think this is a very, very big risk that I took when I launched this channel to come out into the public and do YouTube videos. I had no idea why I was being guided to do this, but it is part of my self-mastery, and that's really truly what it's about. Not only that, but I am bringing my medicine out into the world, and that is what I'm supposed to be doing. That was my path, and that is what I chose as a soul to come in order to bring that into the world now, here. Relate to childlike quality in others. That's a good one. I love children, always have and always will, because they are the most connected to their heart center. If they are very young children, if they are infants, let's say, they are completely heart-centered. They are so connected to their heart that that is all they see, that is all they know. We all have psychic senses, and we are born with these senses. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depends on how you look at it, we don't develop them, some of us, right? We sometimes don't develop them because they're not appreciated or encouraged within our society, within our family structure. However, everything that is learned can be unlearned, and everything can be relearned, right? So these are tools that are innate and that are within us that we can bring out and we can develop. And it is through self-mastery and through awareness that we find our empowerment. It is through self-mastery that we are able to learn ourselves, master ourselves, and bring that medicine into others' life. So that was not very childlike because that was very deep. But being childlike is in itself what I did here. And I'll show you after I finish reading. Enjoy life. Have fun. So I do have to work on that, I have to admit. But when I am present in the moment and I'm enjoying life, everything is in alignment at that very moment. And everything flows so well. It is when I get too serious and too, oh my gosh, I can't be myself, that I go against the current. And it is not through that I will master myself. It is through vulnerability and through being honest and sincere that I will master myself. I know this, but putting that into action, different thing. Okay, so look at life as a game. I mean, life is a game, right? In my opinion, and through my chart, life is a game. And it is our choice to play this game and to master this game. When I say master, I mean trying to win the game, right? The game is us, right? So if we master ourselves, we will be winning the game. Oops. I just got some gold glitter into my finger. Develop an it's up to me attitude. So yeah, I was more in tune with it's up to me with that attitude when I was younger. It was pretty much my way or the highway. So when we are younger, we are actually more aligned to our truth, to our innate truth, and to our blueprints, which is your astral chart, your natal chart, your star chart, your blueprints, your template. These are the terms that describe what you came here to do and what lessons you came here to learn and what challenges you came here to overcome and master. And that way bringing out healing into the world. Not only will you be healing yourself, which is Chiron, right? The wounded healer. Not only will you be using these skills to heal yourself, but you are using these skills to heal others. You are teaching that which you have mastered so that other people can do the same. It is you who is the ripple in the whole ocean, okay? You matter. You count. Let your shine be bright. Let your light shine bright. Okay, so these are the things that I have to stay away from. So these are the no-nos. So don't yield to peer pressure to belong. Detach from emotional situations. Be aloof. Wait for others to prompt action. I do that. I've done that a lot. And what happens with that one is that I'm waiting for a prompt. And that waiting game never ceases to be. It is always frustrating when I put myself in these situations where I am waiting for someone else to prompt my actions, when in fact, North Node in Leo has to take risks, has to just be bold, has to go and be that sunshine. So yeah, I have to keep working on this. Wait for others to prompt action is like the biggest one for me, I think, maybe. So overlook what's really going on. The reason why we overlook, I just wanted to mention that the reason why these are the don'ts is because this is the South Node. So these are the patterns that we have learned in other times and other experiences, which we came in here with, having had mastered from past experiences. It is the karma that we know and understand, and because it is our karma, we are actually comfortable with these things. So because my North Node is in Leo, my South Node is in Aquarius. And what I'm reading now is all the South Node aspects. Someone with an Aquarius South Node is about the community. It is about losing yourself and becoming part of the community, being part of the social arena, but not being that bright sun that comes out to shine bright, right? It is about hiding within the shadows of society. So that is what I had mastered, and that is what I am most comfortable with, right? Healing, but not taking credit for it. That's what I had mastered before, and that's what I would be more comfortable doing now. But that is not the path to mastery. And we used to, as the Aquarius South Node, we tend to overlook things because we don't like confrontation. But sometimes confrontation is what is needed in order to move forward. Wait for more knowledge. So that's a great one. And that is something that I really, really have to work on, because I always feel like I don't know enough. I don't have the knowledge required. And I keep taking classes and reading, trying to get all this knowledge, when in fact the knowledge is within. Trusting the knowledge is within allows the sun to shine, right? So it will allow, that in itself allows the sun to shine through. But trying to hide the sun because of perceived limitations of not having enough knowledge defeats the purpose and keeps you stuck if you have your North Node in Leo, that is. Daydream excessively. Yes, that is a big one for me. I daydream all day long, all night long. I am always in this state of dream of a dream. I love the dream state. It's like the best. I do a lot of work with dreams. I do a lot of dream work. It is through the dream state that I do a lot of healing. But when I am awake in this physical reality, I have to remember to be present, to be here now, and be aware of what's happening instead of having all these awarenesses in the dream state. Can we have both simultaneously? Absolutely. But focusing more on what you can do now as a Leo North Node is really more important than having your awarenesses in this dream state. You can have both, just don't get stuck in the dream. Don't get stuck in that world. Be here now. That is what I'm here mastering, here now, right? And don't run away from confrontations, which I had mentioned before. So I think a little thing for me to remember is to rock that boat. So I consider myself extremely balanced, and because I have a tendency to not want to confront things, or I have a tendency to overlook what's actually happening because I don't want to create an imbalanced state, I get stuck. I get stuck if I do that. And it has played out that way, like always. And now I have to learn that it is okay to have these confrontations when I feel like they are called for, because it is through that I'm actually growing. And if I don't do that, I'm actually not allowing myself to grow and not allowing myself to heal those parts of myself. We're all trying to master ourselves, and in order to do that, we really truly have to be extremely aware. And it is our awareness that actually empowers us. And that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I wanted to show you what I created. This is my Leo North Node, and it's very childlike, and that's why I wanted to show it to you. Leo North Node, great color to wear is gold, which is why I have a lot of gold glitter on this. I don't know if you can see it, but it's there. And I put in a lot of love to create this, because this is a reminder for myself. I will be putting this in a frame and trying to always refer back to it. And I have to thank my very good friend, Joy KahNah, who's another psychic and a true love ambassador. I will link her page, her YouTube page, and her website in this video so you can go check her out. She's amazing, and she is so in tune, and the most important thing, she's heart-centered, and she is very joyful. Joy KahNah, I love you. So thank you so much for inspiring me to do this. This is great. Okay, and another thing that I wanted to mention is that I will be starting a self-mastery series in my Facebook business page, Sacred Connections, and you can look it up in Sacred Connections 8. It will be starting today at 3:33 in honor of all masters numbers. You will probably not be seeing that, but you can catch the replay. And I hope that you join me there, because I would really love to interact with you on a more personal level. If we're doing a Facebook Live, I can actually see your questions and answer them. And that is truly a godsend, because I like to interact instead of talking to a camera, although I love it too. I'm taking center stage. I am following my North Node in Leo. Thank you so much for joining me. All my love to you.